Alright guys, what is happening? I'm back again. It's been a while since I made a video because lately, well, for one, I've been working a lot of hours and there hasn't been much to talk about, at least not like a week ago, but as of late, as of the last 2 days or so, there has been a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss. So, I don't really know what to start with. I mean, there is the Virtual Boy that sold out, very quickly. It's already sold out on the Nintendo website. I don't know if that's the only place it's available at for pre-orders or whatever, but Nintendo did say that there's going to be more readily available before the system actually launches. Pretty cool to see that it already sold out, and it's probably gonna, it's probably gonna end up outselling the original Virtual Boy. Although I do see this as the original Virtual Boy. This is just a Switch 2 edition, so it's going to be real interesting to see how this thing, how well it does, considering that it was a total failure, but now it's much better than what it used to be. I like the fact that you could change the colors. It's not just red. You could change it to green or yellow. I think that would be perfect for the Wario game. That Wario Land game, having it yellow or green would be perfect. I feel like white would be a better color for most of the games. This is definitely something to check out, and I hope I could get my hands on one, to be honest. I think I actually do want this. I do want the Virtual Boy. And it's probably going to end up outselling the Meta Quest 3. I actually like the Meta Quest. I do have one, just so you guys know. Nothing against the Meta Quest 3. I think it's a pretty cool thing. It's got its uses or whatever. It's really good for certain games. I try to use it more for educational games and stuff like that, like maintenance related or whatever. Not so much to actually play actual video games, unless they got a really good boxing video game I could check out. But Meta Quest 3 is pretty cool. The PlayStation VR, that's actually a piece of shit. I'm pretty sure the Virtual Boy is gonna outsell that thing, because that did not sell well at all, and I think they stopped making those. They stopped manufacturing those, so yeah, PlayStation's VR was a big failure. And so I'm sure the Virtual Boy is gonna end up outselling that in the long run. So that's definitely something that happened recently, that thing that people were complaining about and saying nobody wants this. Well, it looks like people do want it, and people are willing to pay $50 a year to, play those games. And what's really cool, I think one of the cool announcements was the fact that games that were unreleased for the Virtual Boy are going to be releasing on the system as well. That's pretty damn cool. I like that. I wonder how many unreleased games there were for that thing. Imagine if there was 20 or 30 or something. I don't know. Imagine if there was a shit ton of games that were being made and worked on before they just canned it. They stopped making it. It's going to be very interesting to see if there's any more awesome games like that. It's going to be interesting to see if they just start making new games for the Virtual Boy. Okay, well, here's a brand new game we just decided to make for it, just so you guys can have more to do with it. They make some type of first-person shooter, like some GoldenEye type game. I don't know. That would be kind of funny if they actually do something like that. If they make a really good-looking first-person shooter for the Virtual Boy, that would be pretty damn funny. That would be pretty damn dope. I would be down for that. So yeah, really cool to see that the Virtual Boy is selling very well. And I wonder what the excuse is going to be. Oh, it's just the scalpers or whatever. Yeah, sure. But yeah, so there's that going on. We just got the numbers, the financial report from Nintendo last night. It came out around 10:30 p.m. I was already asleep. I try to go to bed early. Tired of staying up late for things like that. So it looks like Nintendo sold more than 17 million Switch 2 units as of December. So around December, they sold a total of 17 million Nintendo Switch 2 consoles, which is pretty good. But I was hoping it would be a higher number. I was hoping it'd be 20 million or something like that. Nevertheless, it's still the fastest selling console ever. And what's also funny is that the Switch, the original Nintendo Switch, is officially the highest selling console of all time. It has outsold the PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2 did not sell 160 million units. That's obviously bullshit. Those are numbers that were just randomly shoehorned and thrown in by Jim Ryan or whatever. You know, they just made that shit up as they saw the Switch catching up, getting really close. They're like, oh, no, PlayStation 2 sold 160 million. We all know that's bullshit because an entire decade before that, it was at like 154 million or something like that. So the Nintendo Switch is the best selling console of all time. That's a fact. I don't give a shit about the bullshit update, the updated number. As a matter of fact, PlayStation, they have updated the number for PlayStation 2 sales numerous times just to keep the Nintendo DS from passing it. You know, Nintendo DS was you know, getting really close to passing it, and so they had to keep updating the numbers. I was like, oh, actually, PlayStation 2 sold this much, sold this many. You know, they just kept updating the numbers over and over again. So who knows how many, you know, PlayStation 2s were actually sold, but it's probably less than 155 million, to be honest. It's probably like less than 150 million. I would bet that it probably sold less than 150 million consoles. But they just kept updating it to keep the Nintendo DS from passing them. And then they did it again for the Nintendo Switch. And who knows if they'll do it again in the future. They just keep on magically updating the numbers for it. But it's bullshit, obvious bullshit. Only stupid people are going to capitulate and just agree to it. Like, you know, there's some idiots who've done that, and they need to stop doing that. But nevertheless, Nintendo Switch is the best-selling console of all time, and it's probably going to hit 160 million as well. In just another year, it's probably going to hit 160 million. It's going to pass the fake updated PS2 numbers as well. So that will be pretty funny because that's going to make headlines as well. Now, regarding the sales of certain software titles on the Nintendo Switch 2, I will say I am very pissed off and disappointed. Now, none of these don't include the digital sales of the games. So we don't know how much the games sold in totality because it's only physical sales. So Kirby Air Riders selling 1.7 million, that pisses me the hell off. Makes me really angry at everybody who bought a Nintendo Switch 2 and didn't bother to buy this game. You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking moron. Shame on you. You suck. You don't deserve good games. What the fuck is the point in buying the greatest video game console if you're not going to play the greatest fucking video games? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. None whatsoever. That's like fucking, you know, buying the best kitchen equipment, buying the best grill, buying the best, you know, kitchen appliances, you know, blenders, all that stuff, right? And you know, you're just buying fucking frozen foods from Walmart or whatever, just really cheap ass processed shit that doesn't taste good or whatever. You know, it doesn't make any sense, right? It doesn't make sense to buy the greatest video game console and you're not even buying the best video games. Kirby Air Riders and Donkey Kong Bonanza, those are two of the best games. Mario Kart World is a great game too. It is definitely a great game. It's awesome to see that it has sold 14 million copies. So people trying to act like, you know, nobody is going to buy this Mario Kart World game. Well, it already sold 14 million copies out of 17 million Switch 2s. So that means there's only like 3 million people out there who own a Switch 2 who haven't bought Mario Kart World. So good for Mario Kart World. I don't want to see any more bundles of Mario Kart World. Nintendo needs to hurry the fuck up and bundle Kirby Air Riders and Donkey Kong Bonanza. Those two games need their own bundle. Donkey Kong Bonanza should be a no-brainer since it won the Family Game of the Year. It was nominated for Game of the Year, you know, so they could be like, oh, here, you get to play the best, you know, family game of 2025. It's now bundled with the Switch 2. And they should also bundle fucking Kirby Air Riders because that's an extremely fun game. But unfortunately, stupid asses on YouTube like Nintendo Land, like so many others, you know, so many other fucktards just decided not to, you know, talk about the game, not to really promote it and give it its praise, just downright ignore it and act like it was nothing special because, it's not Super Smash Bros. Like that fucking idiot RGT85, that's what he said. It looks like Smash Bros, but it's not. It's got the same music and layout and the menu, but it's not Smash Bros. It's just Kirby. So, you just have so many fucking idiots just not giving a shit about the game. Even though there were 2 big-ass presentations showing us how fucking awesome the game was. I mean, shit. You guys pretend to love video games so much. Masahiro Sakurai, one of the greatest game developers, worked his ass off to make this awesome video game. And you fucking dipshit morons decided to, not to put no respect on his name, to just disregard this awesome game that he made for us, just because it's not Mario, just because it's not Zelda. And you know what? I guarantee you, if Kirby Air Riders was some bullshit indie game, alright, if it was made by fucking Team Cherry, so many of the stupid asses on the internet would have praised the fuck out of that game. I guarantee you that. Alright? Let me just say that right now. Every fucking piece of shit out there who just glazed the hell out of that stupid Silk Song game, Expedition 33, all these other fucking overrated ass games. If this game, Kirby Air Riders, was some indie game that was not made by Nintendo, I guarantee you that would have been nominated for Game of the Year. Everybody would have dick rode the hell out of the game, and it would have gotten Game of the Year. It would have gotten Game of the Year. Now some dumbasses are gonna say, well, no, because they only give Game of the Year to games that were released before November. I don't know how it works. I don't care. It's fucking stupid anyways. It doesn't make any sense. But you could even say the same thing for Donkey Kong Bonanza. Alright, Donkey Kong Bonanza, if that was some indie game with some random made-up character that we've never heard of before, made by Team Cherry, you really think that game wouldn't have won Game of the Year? I guarantee you it would have. The whole internet would have glazed that fucking game. This is how fucking fake gamers are. You got the stupid asses who only care about a Nintendo game if it's Mario or Zelda, and then you have these other idiots, or usually it's the same people as well, who only gonna praise a game if it's an indie game. I'm sorry, fucking Hollow Knight Silksong looks boring as shit. That is not a great game. Such an overrated game. Just a fucking, I would have given that game a chance if it wasn't for the stupid idiots online just glazing the fuck out of that game and being so fucking gay and just circle jerking the shit out of it. I would have given the game a chance. But, most of these idiots, these pretentious ass, internet gamers or whatever, they kind of just ruined it for me. They turned me off to the game. So that's a game that I'm going to stay far away from. I have no interest in playing that fucking game. But I guarantee you, if Kirby Air Riders wasn't in the game, it would have gotten so much freaking praise. It really would have. You can't tell me otherwise. Or if it was a Mario game, if it was just, a Mario skin instead, and it was called Mario Melee Driving, I don't know whatever the fuck. If it was like some Mario game instead, it would have done a lot better. People would have been, talking about it and raving about it. But no, because it's not Mario, because it's not Zelda, because it was Kirby, how dare they make a really awesome game with Kirby and Kirby characters? It just shows that most of you gamers are just fucking fake. You don't care about games being fun. You fucking idiots only care about, stupid, superficial bullshit like that. All you care about is, what characters are in it. Now, the funny thing is that, that shitty Sonic Racing game, that game has underperformed, and even Sega themselves said so. They said that they're not happy with how much Sonic Racing has sold. They're saying it's very disappointing. It barely passed 1 million, even though it's a crossover game and it has these other characters from other video games. They didn't do that well. That just goes to show you that, just having characters from other video games isn't enough. But, Sonic games are normally shit games for the most part. That is the general consensus. It's only die-hard Sonic fans and Nintendo haters that would try to pretend otherwise. But, they tried, relying really heavily on having Steve from Minecraft be in the game, having Who was that character? Joker from Persona. Don't care. Never gave a shit about Persona. Oh, they just had all these, these random ass characters, and that was supposed to, help sell the game, and it really didn't. It didn't really do anything for them, because most people could see that it's a very low quality shit game in comparison to Mario Kart World. Now that being said, unfortunately, people didn't buy Kirby Air Riders, and it seems like it's for the same stupid reason. Oh, it's not a big crossover game. It's niche. Everybody with that stupid ass word niche or whatever, fucking idiots. NPCs on YouTube using that stupid word niche when it comes to talking about Kirby Air Riders. It's niche. It's niche. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? If a game is fun, it's addicting, it has a lot of replayability, why the fuck does it matter if it's niche? You guys are so fucking stupid, man. Straight up. So yeah, I am pretty much pissed off about that. Again, this does not include digital sales. We know the game was selling very well digitally, but regardless, I wish that it was doing well physically as well. I will say this, they should have done a better fucking cover for the game. I hate the fucking cover for Kirby Air Riders. It's so simple and generic. It's just Kirby on the damn star, and then it's got this very generic, bland font. The Kirby Air Riders font, it's so bland. It's just a black font, says Kirby Air Riders, and that's it. I'm like, why the hell didn't they do something similar to the first game? And if you look at the cover of the first Kirby Air Ride game, it's got small differences that actually does a better job of conveying to us what the fuck the game is. Because if you look at the cover of Kirby Air Riders, all you see is Kirby smiling on a star, and you can kind of see two other guys in the background. I think it's Meta Knight and Bandana Waddle Dee. But you don't really know if it's just a happy racing game or an adventure game. You don't really know much by looking at that cover. The first Kirby Air Ride game, you could tell Kirby is in combat. He's doing something. He's fighting or whatever. I mean, it looks more hardcore and competitive in nature. So they should have done a better job with the fucking cover. I hate whoever did the cover. Sucks ass. They should get fired. They could have done a much better job. That cover is not appealing. Look at the Donkey Kong Bonanza cover. It's so badass. Like the colors and everything. Donkey Kong punching the ground super hard and looking like a beast. That's how you fucking sell a game right there. That's a perfect artwork for the game Donkey Kong Bonanza. It tells you, it accurately conveys to you what the game is, right? You look at Kirby Air Riders, that cover, and it's just super bland and boring. You don't get the impression that it's this awesome, fun, vehicular action video game. You don't get that by just looking at the cover. So I'm very pissed off with whoever did the cover. Nintendo needs to do something. They got to change that art style, that cover, and they got to bundle the fucking game as well. So hopefully Nintendo will do something to get, because gamers are so fucking stupid, man. They just don't know what the fuck is good, what the hell is fun, because they're so one-dimensional. Like, oh, it's not Mario, not Zelda. I don't think this is fun. So then they don't pick it up, right? They're just fucking stupid, and it's like you gotta fucking, you probably have to just give it to them in a fucking bundle so their dumbass could see what they're missing out on. Anyways, like I said, these are just the physical sales. It probably sold a lot more digitally. Who knows? Maybe it sold 2 or 3 million digitally and only 1,700,000 physically. But, that's just hopium on my part. I really don't know. I hope it did. I hope it was successful. But I'm just going with the numbers we got so far for the physical sales, and I'm disappointed. And Donkey Kong Bonanza, I think, is at 4.7 million, if I'm not mistaken. Donkey Kong Bonanza sold 4.5 million or something like that. Even that's disappointing. What the fuck? 17 million people bought this console, but not Donkey Kong Bonanza. Fucking morons. What games are you dipshit losers are buying? If it's not Mario Kart, besides Mario Kart World, what else are you fucking buying, Like, you're buying Mario Kart World and then a bunch of other shitty-ass, stupid third-party games, indie games. What the fuck are you buying? Morons. Because apparently, I think they've sold already 37 million software games in total for just the Nintendo Switch 2. So that's, I mean, people are at least buying 3 games for the Nintendo Switch 2 console, right? Some are probably buying 1 game. I don't know. But I'm just curious of what the fuck are people even buying for that damn system? I mean, besides Mario Kart World, what else? If it's not Kirby Air Riders, if it's not Donkey Kong Bonanza. Those are 2 of the best fucking games you could play. Idiots. Anyways, yeah, I'm probably going to make another video later about some stupid ass so-called Nintendo fans. There's some Nintendo fans that are just fake as hell. Let me just say that right now. There's a lot of dipshits that they're not really Nintendo fans. They only buy Nintendo for Mario and Zelda, and that's it. And they just ignore everything else because they'd rather spend money on some stupid PlayStation game, Xbox game, and it's like they treat Nintendo as this like as this console that is like a Mario and Zelda machine and nothing more. And if Nintendo dares to make other great games, oh, I don't want that. I don't want Kirby Air Riders. I want Donkey Kong, you know? Fuck those people, straight up. If that's you, fuck you. You're not a real Nintendo fan. You're a pretendo. You're a piece of shit. All you care about is just those 2 games. And you probably also care about it just so you can have something to, you know, talk about on your fucking stupid YouTube channel. You know, your YouTube channel is nothing but Mario and Zelda, and ignore everything else. So this is ridiculous. I forgot to mention Age of Imprisonment. That actually sold over 1 million copies. That's pretty good. I wish that was doing better too, because Age of Imprisonment is also a very awesome game. That's another great game to play that people are missing out on. Metroid Prime 4, we don't really have numbers, I don't think, for that. So it's possible it's done more than 1 million, because you know, maybe it's done 500,000 on the Switch and 500,000 on the Switch 2 or something. Who knows? But I'm not expecting that game to do very well, given how disappointing it is and how it doesn't do anything great. It doesn't do anything epic. And I wish more people would just admit that, you know, instead of pretending it's amazing and, you know, freaking giving Retro Studios credit that they don't deserve. Retro Studios deserves to be, you know, criticized very fucking harshly, because they need to step their game up. They've been bullshitting for the last 10 years or so, and I don't want to hear this bullshit all. They're so good with the graphics. No, get the fuck out of here. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Just a lot going on right now in gaming and a lot going on in my life, so forgive me if I hadn't been uploading as many videos as I would like, but I will try to make a few this week if I can. But yeah, that's about it for like all the news, whatever, my thoughts, my take on it. Some good news, some bad news, some whatever news. Anyways, you guys let me know what you think about all this in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys later.